So I've just wrapped up all of my sessions. They actually went really, really well. We had some technical difficulties this morning. There was one point where I had some sound issues, and then all of a sudden I lost track of my video. It was really stressful, but I went out. You can go. And so I had to go back to the lobby. I was really worried that I wasn't going to have be able to get back in, but I was able to get back in and keep it going. So I lost a little bit of time. I want to say it was like 5 or 10 minutes that I lost of that session, but I made it through. It was fine. And I wasn't the only one that was having technical difficulties. A lot of people were having difficulties, but sessions are done for the day, which is such a good feeling. And right now we are headed over to my in-laws. So the boys have to check on chickens. I think they're gonna check on the chickens. And we're gonna grab something to eat while we're over there. And I need to dig out some of my math stuff because next week is gonna be very, very busy. And I'm not gonna have time to like go through and do all of that then. So I just need to be proactive and get it done today. So that is what we're gonna go do. We're gonna head over, start pulling out all of my math things, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So I'm waiting on Trent to bring the key so that we can get into the building that has all of it. Run, Forrest, run! We were worried that the key wasn't gonna work.
I don't think it's gonna work.
You don't think so? No. Trent got it open. And it's kind of sprinkling, so I am walking down to go into the building where I have all my classroom stuff. Oh, I just washed my hair this morning and I'm trying really hard to not get it all messed up, but it's not working out as great as I think. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's about to pour. If I get stuck in this garage, that's not gonna be good. Okay. I made it. I'm gonna go see if I can find, I'll put you down. I gotta go see if I can find an umbrella. Welcome to my in-laws' garage, or at least one of them. So this is actually also a wood shop. It's like part garage, part wood shop because my father-in-law is a very talented woodworker. So he does a lot of things with wood. So he has kind of an area where he does that. But, and I'm not gonna show everything, but I'll show you little bits, sneak peeks of little areas because it's their stuff, obviously. So we wanna be respectful of that. Okay. So when you come into the garage, which this is the door right here, like I'm literally right next to it, there are some very shady steps. They're not shady. It just looks like one of those like movable steps that you can move from one location to another, like they do in construction. And there's some steps that lead up to like this open area up here. And the open area has lots of stuff. Like it's just, you know, things from over the years with like the boys, like my husband and his brother, and just my kindergarten classroom stuff over here. So we're gonna go up the steps and then I'm gonna try to attempt to find all my math stuff. That's the goal here. So these are the steps leading up. This is what I'm going up right now. So I'm gonna watch my step, hopefully, and not, I always get so nervous walking up these steps. I feel like I could fall at any moment. Okay. And then up here, you can kind of see a sneak peek of all my classroom stuff, which is over here. So I have here all of my classroom things that I don't keep at home. So I primarily keep my library at home because I want that to feel safe and not get damaged, because this up here in this part of the garage is not temperature controlled. So lots of humidity. You can see like my hair is curling up and everything at the moment. So I wanted to keep my library with me because I also wanted to access it at any time. Everything else is here. So from all the way this side, all the way to the other side is all my classroom stuff. I did try to focus on keeping it pretty well organized as far as like the bins and things that it was in. But over the course of me like coming and trying to look for stuff, especially for sessions, things have gotten a little bit messy. So I'm gonna pick you up and show you what this all looks like. So here you can kind of see all my classroom things that I have. My bins that I all had organized. I have my, who remembers these from when I taught kindergarten? My gumball machine that I love. More bins, papers, boxes, my podium. That is everything that was in my classroom. That was mine. Because it is raining outside and there's a little bit of wind, there's a lot of trees over this garage too. So you might be hearing like little plunks of sounds. It's just things falling on the metal roof. So I need to find, I think it's in a box. It's a box of math stuff. That is what I'm after. So wish me luck as I try to go through and look for it. Okay. I was my math stuff. Where would I be? Do you see that right there? It says Manipulatives. Ooh. Listen, if you are a teacher and you like to do art stuff, I highly recommend investing in plastic mats. This is the greatest thing ever to make sure your tables are not a hot flippin' mess when you're doing any form of art, because you can give one to each student and then they can just clean it right after they're done. Highly recommend. So I still have a bunch of those too. Here we go. I need to try to keep it somewhat contained. All right. So here is what I have. Well, I have some bouncy balls. That's one thing that I have. That's actually probably really good to have for your back. And I am getting old, let's just be honest. Okay, bands for geoboards. These are game pieces that I would collect. So I just had a bunch of game pieces. I also have in here links. So any form of links. These are Sterilite bins. I bought these back when I was a kindergarten teacher. Best purchase I think I ever made. Let's see. Pattern blocks. Ooh. Base 10 blocks. Need those. What is this one? These are, ooh, fractions. That's good. That's really good. I also made that if you are somebody who hoards like CD cases, I made these back when I was in kindergarten. And then the kids could use them. It was a CD, empty CD container, but I could switch them out pretty easy. Don't need that. Got some dice. All right, I'm gonna finish taking all these things out, take them downstairs, and then whenever we get back home, we can go through all of these math manipulatives. We can go through all of these, figure out what do I want to take out and what do I want to leave in and not take back, because I don't need everything. And this is where I have to control my impulse to want to just hoard everything at home, because that's what I want to do, people. So I'm just going to take all the math stuff out and then figure out where we're going to go from there. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do. So what I meant to say was that I'm going to put them all into a nice, neat little pile for my husband to then go and get them down, because those stairs are scary. So I'm gonna have him do that whenever he comes back. And then I'm gonna eat because I am so hungry. Yet again, today was another example of me just working through it and not eating, which is horrible. I should not do that. I do not condone it. I did have some zucchini bread, but that was really about it. Even in the misty rain, like more so in the misty rain, this place is so freaking beautiful. So beautiful. Look at how beautiful that is. That is just the most gorgeous scene ever. I love it here. So this is lunch. We get it from a little local restaurant near where my in-laws live. This is so good. It's perfect because it's nice and light. It's not a huge amount, like you can kind of see. Here's my hand. But this looks so good. Oh, delicious. Is it good? Mm-hmm. He's already eating. Okay, my turn. So before...
Oh, Mom!
What?
What is this?
Is it a cicada?
Record.
It is recording.
Okay. I don't know what I did with the key to this. You found nature.
What is that?
Wild nature.
I don't know. But it's gross looking, let's just be honest. So Blaine and I are headed, now that we've eaten, we are headed in to collect eggs from chickens. That's what we're doing. You ready, Blaine Blaine?
Yeah.
So, are you gonna do all the chicken collecting, egg collecting?
Yeah.
Yes! Okay. Go get the chickies. Get the eggs from the chickies. Hello, chickie.
I forget how I
Hello.
put this up.
Here.
Here, can you hold this?
Yep.
Egg. There's an egg.
Is there an egg?
Yeah.
Let me see it.
There's one egg.
Love it. Just one?
Yeah. I mean, there's another side.
Okay, let's go on the other side. Ready?
Yeah.
No eggs?
No. Aw.
That was a spider, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Only one egg.
Aw.
Chickens have been fed, eggs have been collected, and now we are with our math objects in tow, heading back home so that I can try and figure out what I'm doing with all this stuff. It is now the next day. In fact, it is the day that I'm actually uploading this video. So when we were done and we were on our way back home, it ended up like pouring, as in we were getting some storms, and we currently still have storms. And I mentioned, I think in the previous video before this one, that when there is a front coming through, my sinuses just flare up and I get incredibly terrible, horrible, no good, very bad migraines. So it has totally taken me out and I'm in a little bit of a at the moment, but I'm gonna go ahead and push through and I'm gonna get this video done. So I have all of my math manipulatives that are here. These are the ones that I've had since kindergarten. I've probably added some when I was teaching like 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. But a lot of them were from when I first started teaching and I was just acquiring as many things as possible. I was going to garage sales from like previous teachers who were retiring and getting rid of their things. And so I was buying things out of the wazoo, which I could because I was living with my parents at the time. So it's like, you know, I have the funds to be able to do so. So what I want to do is first get an inventory of what are the items that I currently have. So I should probably get my iPad. Hold on. Okay. So I have my iPad. So I want to take an inventory of the items that I currently have, so that I know what I'm working with. And then as I start to go through all of the trainings that I'm doing currently for CRA, I then want to decide, is there anything that I may need to help support trainings or videos, and if there is potential for maybe adding math in the near future to the community. So that has been something that we have certainly been thinking about for a very long time, but we were so focused on literacy instruction because bridging literacy is still new. It's a little baby company. It's not even like, it's like a toddler at this state. Like, it's not even a child. So it's about 2.5 years old, which we are so proud of the work that we've done within 2.5 years. But we understand and know that learning needs to extend beyond just literacy instruction. And I've always had a really big passion for literacy, but I've also understood the importance of connecting subject areas, which is what I try to do quite often in my instruction. So as I start to learn and develop more knowledge around really effective, evidence-based mathematics instruction, I mean, you might start seeing a little bit more than that, because let's be honest, we're not just literacy teachers, we are math teachers, we are science teachers, social studies teachers, we are teachers of just self-growth and building those 21st century skills. Like, we do all of the things. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling now. So what I have is, I'm just gonna create a notebook for right now, and then I'm gonna figure out what I wanna do with it in the future. So I have my notebook ready, and we're gonna take some inventory of the items that I currently have, and then just decide, like, is there anything that maybe I don't need at the moment? So I'm just gonna do it like this. That way you guys can kind of see. So I showed you this earlier where I had taken some discs. I think these are still valuable to have and to show teachers that you can make something with as simple as some old CD cases. So I have a bunch of them that I used. Basically what I did is I purchased these, which if I find them, I'll leave a link. But I purchased these on Amazon, and then I ended up just taping it. So I don't know if you can see right here, I have them taped. And that's how I ended up putting them together. Then on the inside is where I placed the item that they were rolling for, or spinning for, rather. So I have a few of these that I can show off. All right, so I have spinners. Spinners are always good to have. Let's write that down. So spinners. Let's see. This is, oh, I don't know what this is. I don't think I know what this is. I think this is very old, that I probably have collected from somebody. I don't know. Does anybody know what this is? Like, I'm a hoarder. Like, what can I say? Has anybody used these? I feel like maybe I could just read the back of it. So it looks like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It's a game. So make the number 24 using the 4 numbers on the game card. You can add, subtract, multiply, divide. Ooh, this is fun. This would be like a really great opening activity for math. I like these, and like brain breaks and things like that. I like to have, when I do my sessions, any form of like a brain break or a morning opening activity. I like to have it with games that maybe they can incorporate into their own classrooms. So I'm gonna create a list of like activities, which is not part of my manipulatives. This is 24 game. Okay, I like that. These are going to be for teaching fractions and decimals. Let's see what they're called. Fraction stacks. So they look like Unifix cubes. You can see this is 100, and it has percent, and it also has the decimal, which I like. So those are kind of beneficial. However, I mean, the problem with math manipulatives is that you can just go crazy, right? Like, and it is not realistic or cost effective to try to buy all of the math manipulatives. So trying to pare it down to the essential manipulatives that you can utilize to help teach a concept is so much more valuable than just trying to buy all of the things. So I don't necessarily know that I would promote or use this because I feel as though I can represent fractions and decimals and percentages in a different way. But I'm not getting rid of them. I'm just gonna keep them. So fraction stacks, I'm gonna put that off to the side and let's write that down. Fraction stacks. Got one set of those. This is a flip book for comparing fractions. Yet again, these are great. However, it is so hard when I remember when I was teaching fractions and we were comparing fractions, and when you have something like this or you have students draw it out, it's really hard to determine if fractions are equivalent by trying to like look at the line. So kids were always like, kind of, yeah, maybe. Like they would always really struggle with that concept. So I don't, like, again, still, it's a great thing to have. Would I necessarily use this to help teach comparing fractions? There is a better way out there to do that. So, I mean, as much as I love it, again, I don't think I would recommend it. So I have a lot of these apparently. Look how messed up this one is. It looks like it's just some sheets, but I have tons of these little spinners, which I love spinners. They're great to have. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at the next one. These are just base 10 blocks. I mean, you can never go wrong with the base 10 blocks. Base 10 blocks are an absolute essential to have inside of the classroom. These, again, I've just collected over the years, which is why they're all mismatched. So what I should probably do is looking at how could I create these with like little mini kits. So that might be something in the future that I'm looking at trying to construct. So let's write down some base 10 blocks. I'm going to put down that quantity is unknown at the moment. So we're going to have to determine how much we have, or at least how much we need in order to be able to represent numbers well for a variety of lessons. So these are going to be pattern blocks. Pattern blocks are great to have for teaching fractions. I like these because they were the soft kind, so they're squishy. Again, these are great, but it looks like I have a lot more of certain shapes than I do of others. So yet another thing where I'm going to have to just go through. Let's look at pattern blocks here and look at how the quantity that I have to determine how can I put those together. Okay, so let's look at some of these other ones. Put this lid back on. These containers have seen me through my years of teaching, which is so nice. Okay, so this one has a couple of different things. And I am really bummed because I have these, which are for Venn diagrams, which I love these, but I had some that were huge, like giant ones. I cannot find them anymore. I don't know where they are. I think I lost them in the transition from moving from Alabama to Pennsylvania, and now I can't find my really, really big ones that I had. And I loved these because I would give these to partners and they would create their Venn diagrams with like cards and looking at information that way, which was so cool. But now all I have are just have the little ones, and I really want the really big ones, the giant versions. So if anybody can find those and send me a link, please do. I would really like to have that back. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow, 3 blue, and 3 reds. So 4 yellow, 3 blue, 3 reds. So Venn circles. 4 yellow, 3 blue, 3 reds. Okay, the other ones that I have in here are going to be, they're so cute. Look at them. Can you see them? are the cute little bears, counting bears. And these were great when I taught kindergarten. I used these for retelling. I used these for sorting and for counting. The kids loved them. However, I don't think I'm gonna need these. While I still think that these are great to have and you can utilize them in a variety of ways. So for retelling, I did a green, a yellow, and a red. So beginning, middle, and end is how I taught them. So they would move their bears or touch their bears as they were retelling stories. I just don't know if I would say you absolutely have to have this for a math kit. So I don't know. I'm just going to put that off to the side, but it's not going to be something that I am super like trying to ensure that I'm using them. So we have counting bears. Okay. The other things that I have in here, oh man, this one has a lot. I have a lot of number dice. So these, what are these? I think these are from, it's meant to help teach algebra. I can't think of the name. My brain is not working, guys. This is how we taught algebra, but I don't quite remember. Oh man, pickles. It's going to come to me after I'm done doing this video. And hopefully if Trent can find what the name is, he'll put it on the screen for you. But they're used to teach algebra, which are great to have. And then I have some fraction dice. So I have those. I have equation. So these are operation dice. Man, guys, what are these things called? What are these called? I can't think of it, but they're meant to help you teach algebra. And then I have just some blank dice that I can use for anything, which is great. I cannot for the love, and I know that these are fantastic. I used them when I taught 6th grade, but now I just can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me later today. I love dice. Dice they're top notch. One of the things that I will utilize a lot of inside of the classroom. So having variations is nice. Would I have all of these variations? I'm not sure that I would keep them all. You guys tell me what you think. Is it beneficial to have all of these variations? I think it's great for quick activities and games to do with students, to build in some of that practice with them. Would I use them for explicit instruction? Probably not, but I would use them as activities to engage students, to work collaboratively with partners. They're great to have. So I have more, base 10. So those are there. Those are the only two that I have for that. So more dice. However, these are going to be, oh, this one's missing all of the whiteboard pieces to it. These were part of shapes that I had drawn on them. So I have pattern block symbols, but they're soft ones as well. And then I have some blank ones that you can utilize. So there's lots of variations and variety. Obviously you can tell I really loved using that inside of my classroom. Other things that I have, we have 3D shapes. To be able to teach those. These are beneficial to have. Uh-oh, some of these pieces are coming apart. So here's our pyramid. Fun. And then underneath, I have 2 color counters. Well, some of them are 2 colors. So I have these, which are my favorites. These are fantastic and essential to have as a math teacher. Highly recommend having sets of these for your students to be able to manipulate and use to help guide them through that concrete model. These are just counting, but there are various colors that I have there. So I don't have a lot of the 2 colored ones. I think I actually do have one stack. I have this one. Not enough for me to use as like a model with teachers. So I may end up needing to get a few more of those so that I can use them for models. Let's see. Guys, I have a problem with dice. Look, these are big and soft and squishy. The kids always like these. And then of course I have your basic dice that's in there. Okay, so dice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, next thing that I have, I am not logging information because I'm so busy talking to the camera. Let's see. So I have lots of dice, which I probably should have Blaine help me a little bit later to like count up how many I have. So the other thing that I kept a lot of are buttons. So I have a huge stack of just buttons, lots of variations in them. And these are so great to use with kindergarten because you can get them to sort based off of lots of things. You can have them sort colors, you can have them sort by dots or the holes in the middle, by the ridges, by the size. You can have them count them. There's just so many things that you can do with buttons, and I highly recommend pulling them together, especially if you teach the younger grades and you need them to start looking at a variety of ways to approaching organizing information. It's really great. So I have these little strings for my geoboards, but I don't know where the geoboards are. I think they're probably downstairs in one of my baskets. So again, it's just one of those situations where I have so many manipulatives and so many things, but they're all in different locations that I need to just I need to Marie Kondo this and just put them all together and then sort them and organize them a little bit better because I don't know where my geoboards are. Okay, let's look at another one. Ooh, this one's these are good. Again, it's just it's the same thing with the comparing fractions piece that while these are great for helping to teach fractions, these are magnetic ones. I think these are from probably Lakeshore and they're very soft. They're the subjectiveness or the subjectiveness is not the right word, but the way kids guess in looking at whether or not these fractions are equivalent, there is a better way to represent that, and it's using the two-tone chips, the yellow and the red chips. So much better to use it because there is no guessing of like, well, it kind of looks like it and it kind of doesn't. Like, it's just, that's too much for kids. Like, it's too much. So I don't know if I would use those, to be honest. You could probably show them, give them a variety of ways to represent the numbers and having that sense of it, but it's not necessarily something that I would use all the time. Okay, these are meant to teach decimals. So helping them to see, oh, I like these. Yet again, it's one of those situations. Is it important for helping them to understand the concept that we're teaching them? Probably not. Like there's other ways of representing and showing them information, but it's okay. Like I'm fine having them. It's just figuring out what are the best methods for ensuring that kids are understanding the concepts that we're teaching through that concrete representational and abstract model. So I don't know. We'll see. But this is like all fractions, and you can even see in there I have more of those those stack blocks. This one is going to be money, which is kind of money with kids. Whew. So I have lots of different types of money that I've collected over the years. We have the quarters, we have pennies. I have real pennies. I have real pennies in here. No wonder it's so heavy. Fake pennies that you can use. I have dollar bills. So lots of things that we can do with money, and it's a great way to do it. Is it necessary? Probably not, but I mean, it is good to have, especially if this is one of the standards that you have to teach with your students. But I showed you some of the other things that I have. As far as manipulatives, those are the ones that I've got. What do you guys think? Like, are there certain ones that you think, yes, these are the ones you need to keep and like use wholeheartedly? Are there other ones that you're like, I think you can get rid of it? Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious, especially if you are somebody who is like, deep into the math world. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sorry that I ended this the next day, but at least it's a little bit more light. Still raining like crazy for us. But I hope that you are doing well. I hope you are having a great start to your year. Thank you so much for watching Vlogust. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I will try to answer those for you. And of course, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like, subscribe, all the things. What else is there? Oh, hit that notification bell, and then I will catch you all next time. Bye.